Do you really believe that Teofimo Lopez is trash?
No, not at all. Not at all. Teofimo is a good fighter. You know, he's very talented. He's very athletic. You know, he's always rose to the occasion in these big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole nother level. And this Saturday, he's going to prove it.
I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him. That I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be an upset.
2 days ago, the fight between Stevenson and Lopez.
Great fight.
What fight? Who wins up? Lopez.
So nice, Stevenson.
Even Stevenson. There's a lot of people going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at a party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer. Slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is.
Boxing experts are delivering final predictions for the Stevenson versus Lopez showdown, describing it as an exceptionally compelling and competitive clash. Analysts anticipate Shakur's crisp defensive work and quickness will challenge Teofimo's power and relentless pressure.
I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be interesting.
Most anticipate a strategic war that should reach the scorecards and thrill audiences.
So this is a fight that people, because you got two different styles. You got an offensive, defensive.
Yeah.
In Lopez, and you got a defensive.
Yeah.
In Shakur.
Yeah.
So it's going to see who's going to win. Is there any way of beating? Because at the moment, Shakur doesn't beat him. No one really giving him that hard day. We've not really seen him in the deep end. But it's going to be a good fight to see that can Lopez put him in the deep end. And I think he can. And I think he has the power and the technique to even.
Ex-World Titleist Amir Khan has selected Teofimo Lopez as his winner, stating Teo possesses the talent and self-belief to outmaneuver Shakur Stevenson. Khan thinks Lopez's velocity, crisp punch combinations, and boxing intelligence might create problems for Shakur.
Nice, Stevenson.
Even Stevenson. There's a lot of people going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at a party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer. Slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn up big time. And obviously, Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that toughness is there with Shakur. And if it is there, which I believe it is, because I think it's a fantastic fight. It's one of them that we're all going to have an opinion on who's going to win, but none of us really know, because it's one of the best fights in boxing.
The best, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
You think about it. Look at Lopez. He's fought like some Lomachenko. He beat some great names on the way, man. Yeah. And I look good against them as well. Maybe his last fight wasn't the best. He made it a little bit tough, harder than it looked. But he's always performed at the highest level when he needed to perform.
Newly retired pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford has chosen Shakur Stevenson to prevail in the marquee bout, explaining Shakur operates at a superior level compared to most opponents Lopez has encountered lately, and anticipates him to dominate Teofimo come fight time.
Do you think this will look aesthetically? Obviously, in the last fight, Shakur stood his ground a little bit more against William Cepeda. You don't expect him to do that against Teo, do you?
To be honest, I think he's going to do a little bit of everything. I think we're going to see the best Shakur Stevenson come Saturday. And I just feel like, you know, it's going to be too much.
But Teofimo's done well against southpaws. Josh Saylor, Lomachenko. We got these southpaw here. You're a southpaw as well. Do you think Teofimo just has something that other fighters don't have against left-handers, or just think that Shakur's different level of a sniper of a southpaw?
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws, but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting. You know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite coming into this fight.
Crawford also recommended Stevenson stay true to his natural approach before the major encounter. Crawford stated Shakur competes at an elevated tier and urged him to approach the contest like routine business. He reminded Stevenson there's no reason to complicate things since he understands his own abilities.
You fought at the highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus, and you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's what he's going to do come Saturday.
Despite Shakur entering as a heavy favorite, legendary coach and commentator Teddy Atlas thinks Teofimo Lopez can defeat him provided Teo arrives mentally dialed in and battle-ready. Atlas explains Lopez's psychological state has wavered in previous contests, and if he delivers complete concentration and belief, he possesses the weapons to trouble Shakur and potentially score an upset.
It starts for me with Teofimo, where it starts is, where is he mentally? He's up and down. You know, his father, the whole thing, his father's been with him the whole career. Listen, love him, hate him. His father has been part of getting him to these world titles. He's been part of it. Whatever. He has been up and down mentally. Where's he going to be? If he's right, if he's stable, if he's in a good place, he seemed to be in a very good place when he fought Lomachenko. If he's in a good place, I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability.
Atlas contends Teo represents the sole fighter capable of pushing Stevenson beyond his comfort zone. He thinks Lopez's physical gifts and relentless approach could disrupt Shakur's typical distance management and create genuine competition.
Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him and could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do, that he's not as comfortable doing.
Former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs predicts the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson bout might conclude in a stalemate, with each claiming approximately 6 frames. Briggs envisions a close technical encounter where both competitors showcase skills, but neither possesses devastating finishing power.
Shannon, what does Shakur have to do to win? What does Teo have to do to win?
It's going to be a real technical fight. I think both of them, not tremendous punches. So I'm looking at a 6-6, 6 rounds each, you know what I'm saying, or a close decision. It's a pick'em. They both got skills.
What are the rounds that Teofimo wins? What do those rounds look like? Like with his style against Shakur, how does he win the rounds against Shakur?
Staying busy and Shakur, keeping Shakur defensive. If Shakur shows up and he don't let his hands go, then Teo get an advantage. But if Shakur start fast and they both go round for round, that's why I'm saying it's a 6-6, because I think they're going to go round for round.
And you think,
a great fight.
So for Shakur, he needs to kind of pick his spots, box. Is that kind of how you see Shakur winning rounds?
I think Shakur got to be busy, and the busiest man gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a back and forth. Counter man, he gonna counter. So who could keep countering and who gonna get tired first?
This is a big one. I mean, this is like one of those where you don't know, right? Like the styles are gonna play out how they do.
It's a pick 'em. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna go back and forth until one of them say, "Yo, I gotta take it to over the mountain."
British welterweight Conor Benn, recognized for his attacking approach and major goals, declares he's rooting for Teofimo to defeat Shakur, because he considers Teo's skill diversity and established resume make him a threatening and entertaining competitor.
On Saturday night, I hope Teo does it, but I think Shakur will win. But I hope Teo does it, and I think Teo can. If anyone can do it, it'd be Teo.
Why would it be Teo?
Because he's explosive, he's unorthodox, he's tricky, and he's a savage.
What do you think about Shakur talking about Teofimo's dad, that he was on drugs and that he was drunk? What do you think about all that?
He was just having a good time. Let the man live. Let him live, bro.
Meanwhile, experienced boxer and commentator Gabriel Rosado supports Shakur Stevenson to overcome Teofimo Lopez in their high-stakes encounter. Rosado clarified that although both athletes are supremely talented and victory-capable, he thinks Shakur's technical superiority and ring intelligence provide him the edge if Stevenson can undermine Lopez's confidence early and control the tempo. Rosado observed that Teofimo remains dangerous and volatile, and if Lopez settles in and gains momentum, the battle could turn extremely tight or result in a draw. However, his preference leans towards Stevenson, claiming a points victory through intelligent boxing and accuracy. Rosado stressed this won't be a lopsided affair, as both fighters bring championship-level abilities, but if Stevenson implements his strategy and keeps Lopez uncertain, he should emerge victorious.
I favor Shakur in this one. You know what I mean? I think Teo is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. But Teo to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez goes as well.
It comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him in the ass against Shakur.
Right.
Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's going to make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup. But I just favor.
Now Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy.
Yes, he does.
Really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. If you need to throw.
Former world champion Amir Khan has supported Stevenson against style criticism and public perception while analyzing the Teofimo Lopez matchup. Khan recognizes that certain boxing enthusiasts and experts question Stevenson's methodology, especially how he manages range and emphasizes defense. Yet he's encouraged doubters to appreciate Shakur's skill set rather than reject it completely. Khan considers Stevenson's technical excellence and boxing intelligence legitimate assets, even when they don't consistently produce fan-pleasing warfare. He's reminded observers that championship boxing involves precision and ring mastery as much as powerful striking.
Now, with Shakur, he's going to have to perform. He knows that this is the mega fight that Well, I think Shakur seems a little bit more relaxed and calm. Like he's going to win this fight. It's going to be a walk in the park for him. But I know one thing about Lopez is that he always pulls off a...
You know what the great thing about this conversation is that we're just having now? One of us is going to be right, and there's like, you know...
Not put no bets on it. One of us is going to get...
What do you think about the criticism that Shakur gets? Like, people say that he's boring, he's not entertaining.
He's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward, class fighter, wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. It's all about...
Mayweather had a slight, aura of that wrap around him as well. Like,
not
them for the boxing purists, like the purists of hardcore boxing, man, will look at it and appreciate these little movements and the genius stuff that they do in the ring.
Checking it,
maybe the sort of like more casual fan would look at and not appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm saying you've got to be a boxing. Yeah, you've got to be a hardcore boxing fan.
I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because he was so punch perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left. And I trained with him as well, with Virgil. And I used to watch how he trained and how he fought. And I thought, how he puts his hands down and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands down and catches you over the top. And them little things.
Yeah.
I look boring, but to a boxing fan and a ex-boxer or a boxer, you just go, wow, be like, wow. So this is a fight that...
Following his IBF lightweight title retention via tough majority decision against Cuban Olympic gold winner Andy Cruz, Ryan Garcia made clear he's targeting bigger opportunities next in his journey. Garcia stated he wants whoever emerges from the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash, indicating he's prepared to advance and face one of boxing's premier talents once that massive collision concludes. Garcia's remarks demonstrate his desire to progress beyond title defenses toward the most significant high-profile encounters available.
We're hearing Eddie's told us that it sounds like you're moving up to 140. Is that true? And is there anybody you want in that division?
I would like the winner of Teo and Shakur next week. I'd love the winner of that.
If Shakur is going to drop back down to 35, can you make that fight happen at 35? Or does it have to happen at 40?
We'll make that happen too. Whoever wins, whatever weight they want to fight at, I'm there.
Would you be willing to go to New York City to watch that fight and call out either one next week?
I'm calling them out now. I'm gonna go out there. I'm telling you right now.
What is that? Obviously you just got done winning this fight, but what do you think that fight would look like in the ring? You and Shakur, if he's the one who wins, and I guess Teofimo too, if he's the one that wins.
Yeah, I mean, both those fights are great fights. I think boxing would love that, and that's that. I think it'll be a tremendous fight with either one of them.
Teddy Atlas thinks Shakur Stevenson finally silenced doubters with his showing against Zepeda, displaying increased offensive involvement while maintaining superior boxing fundamentals. Atlas noted that prior to that contest, numerous fans and analysts praised Stevenson's technical prowess, but faulted him for excessive defensiveness and insufficient thrilling exchanges. Against Zepeda, Stevenson blended offense with defense more successfully, stepping forward, landing significant shots, and holding position instead of constantly retreating, addressing many style concerns. Atlas explained this combination of skillful boxing and engagement willingness pleased critics seeking more compelling performances, helping change perceptions about Stevenson's fighting approach. That improved display partly explains why many specialists now view Stevenson as a more complete and convincing performer entering his major bout with Teofimo Lopez.
He finally did what people wanted, this young, talented, brilliant talent, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range, Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied the critics, and he mixed offense with the defense. He sat down, and instead of moving all the time and punching on the move or on the draw back off traps, you come in 5 inches, he goes back 7, and he counters the crap out of you. He stood his ground, and he punched, and he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur. And they got it. Now he's a big favorite, or a good favorite. You know the line's better than me, but he's a good favorite.
Shakur Stevenson opens as a substantial 3-1 favorite over Teofimo Lopez, bringing completely different approaches that make their collision particularly fascinating.
Very important fight in the sport of boxing. And what I mean is the best versus the best in their prime, something that needs to be normalized throughout the sport. Now, the matchup itself is a bit tricky. You have two guys with great boxing IQ, one super defensively responsible in Shakur Stevenson. The other, Teofimo, is also super defensively responsible, but they fight in very different ways. Teo's more loose, relaxed, a bit unorthodox. Shakur uses his eyes and his defense to offense very well, and both guys are able to control a fight. But I think there's a key difference here between what can happen and what will, in my opinion.
Stevenson showcases elite technical brilliance, outstanding distance management, and defensive expertise. He employs footwork, movement, feints, and accurate counters to minimize damage while scoring steadily, frequently controlling tempo without requiring heavy power. His strategy remains systematic and chess-like, working from outside range rather than participating in chaotic exchanges.
You know what it is with Shakur? This is why it's so hard to pick against him. Fundamentally, he is almost flawless in terms of what he does with his eyes, how it relates to how he defends, how he controls you with the jab, and then how he does counter you, even if it is mostly point countering. Like, his knockout power isn't the best. We know this. We know he's had trouble with his hands, but he's moving up to 140 pounds. Maybe that size and, him putting on a bit more muscle or a bit more strength could potentially have an effect here at 140. I don't know that it will. I'm just saying it may. It's so hard to break that defense. That's what it is. It's hard to break that.
Conversely, Lopez battles with explosive spurts, creativity, and athletic aggression, depending on power shots, particularly his right hand and sudden combination sequences to disrupt opponents' rhythm. He excels when closing distance and forcing tighter battles, alternating between offensive pressure and sharp counters. Lopez's approach lacks Stevenson's consistent volume, but his high-impact offensive moments can prove fight-changing.
Oh my God. There might not be a more explosive fighter. I don't want to say explosive puncher, but explosive fighter, fast twitch fighter at 140 pounds right now than Teofimo Lopez. That guy, this dude he has such a quick twitch ability, and being able to pair that with cardiovascular endurance is something you don't see a lot, but he is very, very tricky, very sneaky. You even see it there, some of the stuff where he's just slick, hands are down, but he's moving his head, bang, into the uppercut. Move his head, bang, back into the left hook. Teo is make you miss, make you pay, where Shakur will make you miss and sometimes make you pay, but the power, the speed, the reactivity of it, none of it is the same level of velocity as Teo.
Teofimo Lopez's father, Teo Sr., has spoken boldly during the build-up to his son's battle with Shakur Stevenson, asserting that Shakur hasn't truly faced quality opposition throughout his professional journey. Per Teo Sr., Stevenson's record lacks premium names with genuine championship credentials, and he's employed that argument to dismiss suggestions of this being an even fight, claiming that labeling it 50-50 seems absurd since Shakur hasn't demonstrated himself against elite competition. Teo Sr. maintains his son's wins over respected opponents like Vasily Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, established Teofimo as the more proven and legitimate challenger, while Stevenson's previous adversaries simply don't measure up. This represents part of the Lopez camp's approach to position the fight as Teofimo's opportunity to prove he's the more battle-tested and accomplished warrior.
The worst thing in this fight is a 50-50 fight. This is the worst. But it's not a 40-60 fight. Man, what the hell are they talking about? Who has Shakur fought? Name me one guy. Come on.
Well, all you can really say, Oscar Valdez.
Oscar Valdez?
And obviously...
Didn't he get knocked the fuck out by Shelton or something?
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Come on.
Teo's got a way better
You don't
resume.
have, listen, let me tell you something about boxing. Once you get knocked out or get knocked down like Devin Haney did, like Oscar Valdez did, the confidence levels never come back.
During the official weigh-in, Shakur Stevenson engaged in psychological warfare with Teofimo Lopez Sr., mocking his previous statements and implying Lopez's team felt unsettled. Stevenson boldly declared he will defeat Teofimo Lopez on fight night, maintaining he's the superior boxer and ready to demonstrate it before the world. He clarified that he selected Lopez because he desires the challenge not to minimize risk, and emphasized that conquering a fighter like Teo will cement his legacy at 140 pounds.
Y'all got one more day. Y'all got one more day. Oh, goof ass nigga. Y'all people are done. Kill my ass.
Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. It looked like we got to you. It looked like we got to you, nigga. Okay?
You better give it to me. Miss weight. Ever. We have never ever missed weight.
You lost, though.
Yeah, I lost my ass. I lost my ass. Never lost. I wish all of y'all would have gone with my son when I was feeling that day.
Yo, you and your son is one of a kind.
So that means that when your son lost, when your son loses, he lost both.
And he the acrobat.
Can Stevenson's precise technical boxing and distance control prove overwhelming for Teofimo's power and aggression? Or might Lopez stun everyone with a massive upset? Share your thoughts below.